what some people might teach of work salvation, and that there is nothing today for a believer that they have to do to maintain their salvation or to earn their salvation. The Jew here is being spoken of, a believer in the tribulation period, needs to endure unto the end. Well, what are we talking about enduring? Well, there's a mark of the beast that's out there, and unless you take the mark, you're not going to be able to buy or sell. And if one of those people, a believer, takes the mark of the beast, or if somebody just takes the mark of the beast, then that person is basically selling their soul. So they're going to have to endure unto the end of that tribulation period. And the Bible says that they'll enter into that kingdom. All of Israel, the Bible says, will be saved ultimately. And so they need to endure unto the end of that time to be physically saved and to enter into that millennial kingdom. So then we go on in a very familiar topic that we've been studying. In verse 14 it says, "And this gospel of the kingdom," not the gospel of the grace of God that we believe today in the church age, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, the death, burial, and resurrection. They didn't understand that stuff yet. But in verse 14 it says, "This gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." Then shall the end of the tribulation come. The millennial kingdom will be ushered in, where the king will sit on his throne. David will sit on his, and the 12 apostles will sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. But it says this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in every nation. We know from the book of Revelations that 144,000 male Jewish virgins will go out into all the world and preach the gospel of the kingdom, just like was preached in the beginning in Matthew chapter 3 and 4 and on. Not the gospel we preach today. There's a difference, and you need to see that. The gospel of the grace of God is the death, burial, and resurrection. Hadn't done that yet. They were not trusting in that. Peter himself, as we've studied in recent lessons, said even late on that, "Not so, Lord. You're not going to go and be crucified." That wasn't the gospel of the king. He was not trusting in his resurrection prior to it happening. Matter of fact, numerous times, as we'll look at later on in this chapter, that was a mystery to them. They didn't understand the resurrection. So this gospel of the kingdom is going to be preached, not like what we're preaching today, but emphasize or see that it's Israel being spoken of here in the tribulation period. This is not a chapter for the church.
Okay.
I want to say a couple of things.
That was, I think,